Four, three, two, one, action. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up, like and subscribe, all that happy horse shit. Welcome, wizard, warrior, wanderer, wayfarer, and wildcat alike. Today I'm tuning in with you on a bit of a sad note. Jon Levi had been missing from the YouTube scene for like close to a month now. I hadn't seen him upload any new videos, and I was getting worried about him. And he just dropped a new video today, and it turns out I think the reason why he probably hasn't been uploading any videos is because his cat died. So that's a really sad loss for him. And I know how like losing a loved one can feel. I've lost a few loved ones in my life. Definitely some fur babies, as people like to call them. And in addition to that, like family members and friends even. And I know that the loss of friendship can be bitter. So it could be sad, right? So I wanted to mention how I got through grieving um, for various entities that have passed from this realm into the realms beyond. Um, my brother in particular, but passed during COVID, and I grieved for a while, and I felt pretty sad about it. And going forward, I was like, wow, what a big deal! Like someone that I had intended to spend many, many years of our retirements hanging out and chatting, and talking about all the adventures that we went on. Guys, we don't live forever, man. If you're gonna get in there and chat with one of your loved ones about some of the adventures you've gone on, you better go ahead and do it now, because none of us are promised tomorrow. But how did I let go of some of that grief? And how did I come to terms with it? I thought that, well, I'm a spiritual seeker, and I know spirit, and I've been in the spirit realm, and I've seen a lot of things. And if that person has a mission on the other side, or if they check out person, or entity checks out what you think maybe to be early, right? And it causes you some loss and grieving. You got to remember too, is that coming from a place of like, are you grieving in a way that is healthy for is your grief more for you or for them? Like, were they released from a bad situation, and are they going on to do something maybe even grander on the other side? You got to take those things into consideration. Where's the grief coming from? Is it from your loss of them, and maybe like, for me, for example, I thought to an extent, like my brother, he backed away from a life and a situation and was taken on way too early, but from something that he really wasn't satisfied with, and may have included a lot of suffering that was unnecessary. And so I thought at that point, I thought my grieving could be selfishness on my part, because my dreams aren't going to be able to be fulfilled because that person checked out. Another one was my buddy. He only made it to 50, and he passed away. And he's another guy that I really wanted to spend good time with in my golden years. But he checked himself out of a situation that wasn't good for him, spiritually or physically, or any of that stuff, financially. And so my grieving and my loss, um, I had to let go of it. I had to think, hey, we have to, if we believe in spirit, if spirit means anything, then we're going to meet up with these folks again on the other side, if that be the fate and fortune of it, right? And they're still here with us, according to Rudolf Steiner. The dead walk among us. So if you're a spiritual person, a person of inquiry into spiritual affairs, then you really need to contemplate those things very deeply and figure out what's the best way. And there's no easy answer. I mean, I'm not trying to fucking give any easy answers, guys. Everyone has to go through their grieving in their own way, in their own time. But those were some of the things that fortified me against the great sadness that comes with the loss of a loved one. I wanted to show you guys real quick. You might want to go over and say hi to Jon Levi. Leave a little note on his video there. Tell him, sorry for your loss, that kind of thing. It's always wonderful to hear from other people when something like that happens. But on another note, man, we're all passing out of the year 2023. Let me see if I can wipe that off a bit. Yeah. we're all passing out of the year 2023 and we're moving into the year 2024. And so there is, there's loss. There's loss of the old year and the birth of the new year. I've heard people talking about that 2024 isn't going to be any kind of picnic, and there are some dire portents, but I'm not one of dire portents. I'm one of tackling things as they come at you. I do a lot of divination, and I've done dream work and lucid dreaming where I can get into the future and see the future. I've read pages from the book of life, and I'm a, I firmly feel, I believe in feel, or whatever that may mean to you, that there's really good reasons why we don't know all of the aspects of the future. Sometimes we can stave something off, or work our way around it if we do some divinatory techniques, some divination. But dealing with each unique individual scenario as you move into it is really the way that the human analog system works and is meant to work. I think it's a part of the fool's journey. So I don't look too much into the future and with dire portents and stuff like that. I mean, I do long-term planning, and if those plans go awry, then that's what happens. You gotta roll with the punches and keep your nose to the grindstone. I think to some extent it's better not to know too much about what's coming down the pipe. The pike? Is it the pike or the pipes? Either way, right? It's better not to know too much about it because you could lose hope, and you don't want to do that. You want to stay firm in your resolve and keep your hope. I'm gonna cut off early on this one because I want to reboot and have a little bit of a end of the year live stream with you guys that goes on a little longer. And I just wanted to say my condolences to Jon Levi if he ever sees this video. And for you guys out there that do appreciate John's work, get out there and check it out. And that's why he's been missing for close to a month now. So make sure you hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, all that happy horse shit that makes YouTube algorithms bark like Pavlov's dogs. I love y'all, good looking sex people, and I'll see you on the next transmission. Until then, ad astra per aspera.